Premise of your amendment, as I understand it, is that in 2006, when we all came here and voted to reduce property taxes by 1/3 for maintenance and operation of the public schools, we made a commitment to those schools that by foreclosing that revenue from them, we would hold them harmless.
That's correct.
That's what these formulas do.
That is correct.
At the time we debated that property tax cut, concerns were raised about whether we would be able to follow through on that commitment. Do you
That's
remember
correct.
people raising those concerns?
I remember that.
You remember, I'll bet, one of our beloved colleagues at that time was Representative Carter Casteel.
I remember Representative Casteel.
You may remember her standing at this back microphone during the debate on that bill.
I do remember that.
We oftentimes ask that our comments here be reduced to writing and placed in the record, and it's been observed a couple of times this session that really doesn't amount to a hill of beans. But her remarks with the author of that bill at that time were reduced to writing and placed in the record precisely because of her concern that someday in the future we would be standing here discussing legislation exactly like this, to renege on the commitment we had made to public education, eliminate the formulas that your amendment attempts to restore.
Well, I wish I had that script before me today.
I have it.
And what does it say, Representative Strama?
Ms. Casteel was asking the author of the bill, how can you assure me we're going to be able to have the funds to take care of education? And the author of the bill said, well, Carter, you know, if you just take the worst look at this, you know the big driver that's driving our budget is health care, and this doesn't solve that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. But let me tell you, we will answer those things, and we will do it in a timely manner, and we will do it because our economy is strong and we're going to do okay. And education will always be at the forefront. And if we have to do something to make sure education stays at the front, I guarantee you this House and this Senate will make that happen. Your amendment today is what we have to do to fulfill that commitment that was made when we cut school district property taxes.
Absolutely.
If we don't do that, we will be breaking the promise that was made on this floor in answer to Representative Casteel's questions, won't we?
That is correct.
And by doing that, we take an action, cutting $4 billion from public education spending in the current biennium and eliminating our ongoing obligation to fund things like enrollment growth and demographic changes in the students.
That is correct.
By eliminating that commitment in the out years, we take a step toward unraveling public education in Texas, don't we?
And that is the danger and the scary part of what we are doing in Senate Bill 1.
And whether we like the formulas as they were adopted in 2006 or not, if you eliminate them without replacing them with some guarantee that state funds will make up for the lost property taxes we enacted in 2006,
that is correct.
We put education on a steadily diminishing path, constantly subject to appropriation in a legislature that actually doesn't seem committed to the promises that were made in 2006 that education would be our priority and that we would never let it suffer due to limited state resources.
That is correct.
I appreciate your amendment.
Thank you, Representative Strama.